In a lively meadow full of colorful flowers, buzzing bees, and fluttering butterflies, there lived a little bee named Benny. Benny was not like the other bees. He was cheerful and brave, but oh so clumsy. Every time he tried to gather nectar, something funny would happen. One morning, the queen bee summoned all the bees for an important mission. Today we need extra nectar to make honey for the big Meadow Festival. Benny, you'll team up with Bella, the smartest bee, to explore the far end of the meadow, the queen said. Benny saluted clumsily, bumping into Bella. Oops, sorry Bella, this is going to be fun. Benny and Bella flew out together, their tiny wings sparkling in the sunlight. As they approached the first patch of flowers, Benny shouted, "Let's get to work." Benny dived straight into a flower, but instead of nectar, he came out covered in sticky pollen. "Look Bella, I'm a golden bee now," he giggled, spinning in the air. Bella rolled her eyes but couldn't help laughing. "Benny, focus. We need nectar, not a pollen bath." As they moved deeper into the meadow, Benny noticed a group of butterflies performing a graceful dance. "Wow Bella, look at them twirl. I can do that too." Benny tried to imitate the butterflies, spinning in circles. But he spun too fast and crashed into a bush. "Tada!" he said, poking his head out, covered in leaves. The butterflies clapped their wings, cheering. "Encore Benny!" Next, they flew over a sparkling pond. Bella warned, "Be careful, Benny. The water lilies are slippery." Benny, being Benny, tried to land on a lily pad. "Look Bella, I'm surfing," he exclaimed, balancing on the pad like a tiny surfer. A frog popped up and croaked. "That's my lily pad." Startled, Benny fell into the water with a big splash. Bella pulled him out, laughing so hard her wings shook. "You're a funny bee, Benny, but we still need nectar." As they continued their journey, they found a field of daisies. Bella started collecting nectar efficiently, but Benny got distracted by a daisy that spun in the wind. "Whoa, it's like a merry-go-round." Benny hopped onto the daisy and spun around faster and faster until, splat, he flew off and landed in a mud puddle. Bella helped him up, chuckling. "Benny, you're more adventure than work, but you sure make this fun." Just as they were about to head back, they heard a loud "ACHO." A tiny squirrel was sneezing uncontrollably under a tree. "What's wrong, Mr. Squirrel?" Benny asked. "I sniffed some flowers and now I can't stop sneezing," the squirrel replied. Benny had an idea. He handed the squirrel a big dandelion puff. "Blow this. It always works for me." The squirrel blew on the dandelion and stopped sneezing. "Thanks, Benny. You're the best clumsy bee I've ever met." When Benny and Bella finally returned to the hive, they didn't have much nectar, but they had lots of funny stories to share. The queen bee listened and laughed heartily. "Benny, you may not be the most graceful bee, but you brought joy to everyone you met. That's just as important." At the Meadow Festival, Benny was the star. He didn't just bring nectar. He brought laughter and happiness to the whole meadow. And from that day on, Benny became known as the meadow's funniest and most lovable bee.